Hi folks, welcome to Diecast Overhaulin', and I am Vic, your Asian diecast handyman, doing simple diecast builds from scratch. For today's project, I have here a Scorpion-themed Hot Wheels fantasy model. Based on the markings, it was released in 2010 by Hot Wheels under Mattel, and it is made in Malaysia, but the name for this model is not indicated. This will be my donor car for my build. And using some scrap materials, I will try to turn this fantasy car into military equipment. The German Searchlight. This is a cheap plastic long bed trailer, with round base in front, that rotates. I will salvage this part for this build. And this is a floor, that came from plastic cargo container. I will use this as the floor of the Searchlight. Let me do the tear down. I have drilled the 2 rivets, that connects the plastic body to the chassis. Let's crack it open. It has few plastic parts, except for the metal chassis. I will cut off some of its parts in the chassis, that is not necessary for this project. I trimmed off the exhaust on both sides, and the claw-like thing in front. The German Searchlight has 4 wheels. Its chassis is articulating, when being towed in making turns. So, I need this chassis to be cut in 2 parts. To accomplish it, I will be using pivot connection in my scrap models. This came from Tomica Mini Crawler Crane. The rivet hole will be the reference of my cut, for the pivot mechanism. I will now make my cut. These are now the front and rear chassis, in 2 parts. I will dress both ends using a file. To remove burrs, and make way for the pivoting parts. After making enough space in the end of the main chassis, I will try to fit in the pivot mechanism. To fit in nicely, I need to file this, to make it fit. Then glue was applied and put some shavings from filing, to reinforce the glue. I have learned this technique from the guy named Juan, of Matchbox Resurrection, who is from UK. I will do the same with the other half of the chassis. For the attachment of tow bar, I will use parts, from the remains of the mini crane. This is now the tow bar hinge, temporarily attached. After the glue hardened, I will join these parts together using a temporary pin, and putting some wheels for the mock-up. The front wheels now can turn left or right. I will now start fabricating the floor, using this material from plastic cargo container. This is what I need for this part, since it already has a hole. It will serve as the pivot point of the Searchlight, as well as the center of the wheel base. After trimming it down to the right dimension, this is now the Searchlight flooring. I likewise glued a piece of scrap plastic with hole, for pivot connection. For the fenders, I have here a chassis of a bigger scale truck. I will harvest all of the fenders, and reshape them, to fit into my project. These are the salvaged fenders. They will be cut individually. Fenders are now separated. They will be glued to the floor, but there is a small gap in between them. I need to put some material, to cover the gap. The diameter of the fender is perfectly proportioned to the wheels. I glued 2 small strips of plastic, taken from plastic spoon, to seal the gap. Fender can now sit on its position. All I need to do now is to do the sanding to remove protruding materials. The fender is now glued to its position. While waiting for the glue to set in, I will start fabricating the searchlight base. I have this flat round plastic from the long bed trailer, and a light switch button. This button will be attached to the round base. But I need to slice it horizontally, cut off few millimeters thick, then glue it back again. The switch button now is cut in half, sand it to right size, then glue it. For the front section, fenders are likewise attached to the floor. The tow hook hinges is installed temporarily. I am contemplating if it will look nicer when I flip it or attached it higher. Now for the lens of the searchlight, I have these random plastic scraps. This is an end cover of car cigarettes charger. The shape and diameter of this piece is perfect for the lens. This is a tire from junk diecast model. I am going to insert this inside. I have to trim the back portion, to remove the protruding shaft inside. And this came from liquefied gas tank seal. I will remove excess material, and just leaving the round shape. This will cover the void area, after removing the shaft. I also have this as an option. This came from the long bed trailer. I will now go on with the sanding. After trimming the hump in the back, I will try to fit the wheel that I also trimmed down the diameter. It fits perfectly. To cover the back portion, I have decided to use this flat round plastic. Then after I glued this, I will drill hole on both sides for the pins. For the vertical brace to hold the lens, I will be using this terminal connectors from busted dryer igniter. I only need the sides of this piece. And this will be glued to the base of the searchlight. This is now the brace after refining and adding some details. I drilled holes on both braces to hold the pins. Same with the lens, I glued plastic gear and few scraps to replicate the searchlight. Then, I salvaged the seat from the plastic scorpion body, then reshaped it. This will be installed on one side brace. This seat is for the searchlight operator. This is the mock-up assembly. I will now make the glass lens of the searchlight, out of clear plastic packaging. I cut a circle that fit inside the searchlight housing. I will now insert the lens. The light now is almost complete. After the mock-up assembly, I will check if the searchlight is rotating and tilting. And it works well. This is almost done. I just want to add few more mechanical details before painting. I added the seats and steering controls on each side. All the fabricated parts are installed, including fenders and tow bar. She is now ready for paint. Here she is now after painting. This is the first time I did a camouflaged on my military vehicle projects. I think it is not bad at all. I am happy with the outcome. Tow bar works nicely, and front will turn smoothly. The searchlight can turn 360 degrees, and tilt almost 180 degrees. I will walk you through on additional details I have installed. I put this round pipe with steering control on one end, and square box on the other end. this mechanism is for lens focus adjustment. 2 steering control for tilting and rotating the light. Shallow holes on seats for aesthetic. On opposite side I glued piece of checkered plastic, as a flat form, for one operator to stand. I also put bar across the lens to adjust focus. I glued some mechanical detail at the rear. Likewise, 2 outrigger for both sides out of plastic scrap. Another successful build from scratch. If you enjoy watching this video, please click the like and share button. You can likewise subscribe, to see more videos of budget diecast builds. Hope to see you again on my next project. Always remember, if you cannot buy it, build it. Thanks for watching.